You won't believe this. The exact same working schedule that makes Koreans take to the streets, Chinese workers shrug their shoulders, and Americans pack up their desks forever. Today, I'm revealing the three mind-blowing cultural secrets behind these completely opposite reactions that even workplace experts find shocking. Most people think work is work, right? Wrong. What I discovered will flip everything you thought you knew about global work culture upside down. We're talking about 996. That's 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 6 days a week. But here's the kicker. It's like giving the same medicine to three different patients and getting completely different reactions. Picture this. You're in Seoul, and suddenly, thousands of office workers are marching down the street with banners. Why? Because in Korean culture, there's something called nunchi. It's like having social radar that constantly scans for fairness and respect. Think of Korean society like a precision-built watch. Every gear needs to work in perfect harmony. When 996 culture disrupts this balance, it's like jamming a wrench into that delicate mechanism. Koreans see excessive work hours as a direct attack on their jeong. That's the invisible thread of human connection that holds their society together. But here's what's really fascinating. Korean workers don't just protest the hours. They're fighting for something much deeper. It's like they're saying, you can take our time, but you can't take our humanity. This collective resistance is wired into their DNA from decades of fighting for democracy and workers' rights. Now flip the globe to China, and you'll see something completely different. Same 996 schedule, but instead of protests, you hear phrases like, touching the fish. That's actually Chinese slang for taking micro breaks during those endless work hours. Chinese work culture is like a marathon, not a sprint. There's this concept called qi ku, literally eating bitterness, which means enduring hardship today for future rewards. It's like planting a tree, knowing you might not sit in its shade, but your children will. But wait, there's more to this story. The acceptance isn't passive, it's strategic. Chinese workers have developed what I call invisible boundaries. They'll stay late, but they've mastered the art of presenteeism, being physically present while mentally checking out. It's like playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. Cross the Pacific to America, and boom, different planet entirely. Americans hear 996, and their immediate response is, yeah, no thanks. And they literally walk out the door. American work culture is like a business transaction. You give me fair compensation and reasonable hours. I give you my best work. Cross that line? Deal's off. It's not personal. It's purely transactional. Here's the mind-blowing part. Americans have weaponized something called quiet quitting and the Great Resignation. It's like they've turned job hopping into an art form. They'd rather flip burgers with dignity than code software as slaves. But the most shocking discovery is yet to come. What we're really looking at here are three completely different definitions of success and happiness. Koreans measure success like a community garden. Everyone needs to flourish together, or nobody truly succeeds. That's why they fight collectively against unfair systems. Chinese workers see success like climbing a mountain. You endure the harsh weather today because the view from the top is worth it. Individual sacrifice for future family prosperity. Americans view success like running your own race. If the track conditions aren't fair, you find a different race. Individual freedom trumps everything else. So, what can we learn from this global workplace experiment? Here are three actionable insights that could change how you think about work forever. Insight. 1. Context is king. Before judging any work culture, ask yourself, what's the historical context? Korean resistance comes from hard-fought democratic freedoms. Chinese acceptance stems from rapid economic transformation, lifting millions from poverty. American individualism is rooted in entrepreneurial spirit and worker mobility. Insight 2. One size doesn't fit all. The same management style that works in Shanghai might cause a revolt in Seoul or mass resignations in San Francisco. It's like trying to use the same key for three completely different locks. Insight 3. Values drive behavior. Understanding what people truly value, community harmony, family security, or individual freedom, is like having the master code to human motivation. Here's the beautiful truth. None of these approaches is right or wrong. They're just different paths up the same mountain of human dignity and prosperity. The real magic happens when we stop judging and start understanding. The next time you hear about workplace conflicts around the world, remember, it's never really about the hours. It's about the deeper values those hours represent. And that's probably the most valuable insight you'll gain today. Understanding that diversity in work culture isn't a problem to solve, but a feature of human creativity to celebrate. Share this with someone who's ever complained about their work culture. They might just see their job in a completely new light.